How's it going, everyone? Fargast here, and we're going to take a tour of my barracks. I've actually never shown you guys what my barracks look like, but I've been getting back into Fire Emblem Heroes lately, and I kind of wanted to show you guys what is going on in the barracks here. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a very good Heroes player. I am actually just starting to get into Arena and Coliseum modes. I still have a long way to go to really have a good grasp on it. I followed along some guides, but still, it's been a little bit of a challenge to say the least. So you guys aren't allowed to judge. I don't even know what rank I am. I think I'm actually 17, 18. Yeah, I'm tier 18. And I don't really know what I'm really doing that often. And with AR, I'm tier 19 as well. So I just started getting back into AR. I used to do this mode really hard, but it got really frustrating for me because I'm not smart at the game. I just, there's a lot of like AI shit. And I know I have to like look at Verve's AI guide or whatever, but I haven't really bothered doing it. And I might try later, but I'm actually kind of content just kind of floating around and like not really trying super hard, and just kind of like having fun. It's kind of like my mentality. I'm not really trying to shoot for any like Grail projects after finishing building up my Clive. And aside from that, I guess I can just show you guys kind of what's going on in the barracks here. So I just finished doing the Bound Hero battle with Corn and Robin, and I'll show you guys. I guess I'll show you guys. We'll go by HM first. I don't have a lot of my 5-star units built up all the way. I try to get a little better at it. But yeah, so this is my PvE nuke, my Tailtew. She really tears up. She does AoE with Blazing Wind, and she just pretty much, she takes care of a lot of the Abyssals and Infernals. There's a few Abyssals and Infernals that are still too hard for me to figure out, and some that I think like Tailtew just won't really do that well in. Like Edelgards I couldn't beat. Nagas I don't think I beat either. So there's a couple that I still have to beat and figure out, but she's really changed changed it for me. Before I didn't really have a character like this, and then when I actually started to like use this build with the 3 dancers, then things really started to help. This is my main team right now. I say main, but it's just because it's a team that I like to bring to Arena, Assault, and Coliseum modes. It doesn't really score that well, at all, really. But it is fun to just kind of play around and showcase my Clive. Also, this isn't even an Arena build anymore because Clive's in AR now. So this is my Clive build. He's one of my favorite characters to use. I have different builds for him. I have a build that is more kind of... this was actually for rival Bromains, but I do play around with like lulled attack defense, rouse, smokes, that kind of thing with Clive. But the build that I really do like the most is the one that he has right now, just because I really like hit and run, and pulse smoke is pretty helpful, especially for him since he's kind of taking care of business. It is a little hard to like use hit and run as a Cavalier in AR because different defense maps will just like make it really hard to work with, but when it does work, it's really satisfying. Then I have her friend, who is my Brave Lucina at +3. I don't really, yeah, I mean, she's okay. I mean, well, she's great. She does an awesome job. I could probably have a better build than this, but so far it's been pretty fun. It's actually just mostly your default build, to be honest. I did give her a speed defense link so she can draw back Clive and that kind of thing. I have an Olivia here who's really standard, and my baby Azura, who is really cool too. They both have Wings of Mercy, which is a crazy good skill, of course. I won't be surprised if they actually come up with a new skill that just I should probably, hold on, turn my cursor off. I just realized you guys can see my cursor. There, sorry, now you can't see the cursor anymore. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they make like a build or like a new unit that like negates Wings of Mercy or Escape Route. That'd be kind of deadly, but it really would mess up a lot of defense teams if they had that. My second team is my challenge map team. My third team is my auto battle team. So I have Fey Pass. Don't judge. It's been actually a big motivator for me to get back into the game, because a lot of the modes I really hate grinding in games, and Fey Pass really like allows me to to have fun with the modes that I really dreaded to do because I hated grinding. Yeah, Altina. This is actually my first +10 was Erica. She was my first +10 ever, and she does a pretty good job. And then Reinhardt, who's actually really cool. He's my plus res dancer Reinhardt, and he's awesome. So I just like throw these guys. I take off their repos and I just let them do their thing. Arena Assault. I kind of just take these I take this for Arena Assault, and I just like do that for my first map to get it over with. And so I actually know who I'm fighting. Then I have, I don't know. I have a Clive team on his own, but I think I should probably just get rid of that. An armor team with Brave Jacob. So Brave Jacob was a unit that I really loved to use. Last Halloween season, I tried to go on a big summon spree for him, and I got like 1 copy, and I got 5 copies of frickin' of Sakura, who's not even like all the way built. I was so upset. I was really, really mad. She just like really just destroyed that run, and that actually turned me off from playing the game for a really, really long time. Then I have a flyer team, nothing really special. A Cav team with of course Clive. I was thinking of actually +10ing Reinhardt because he's just so freaking good. Then I have my barely finished seasonal teams at all, because I'm again like kind of only now just getting into arena. Allegiance battles. An old like Barracks, who's a mod who helped me. He'd have his own team and stuff. And then my training team. So if we go into like HM. So if we go to HM here, Ike has been used forever. He's super bland. Then I have Azura. Azura, actually, I really enjoy using. Her new art is freaking amazing. I really like it. And I think she might get a weapon refined soon. I really wish she wasn't so exclusive, but she is, because I'd love to +10 her, even though she's a dancer. Then I have Legendary Hector, or Brave Hector, sorry. And I just got more copies of him because he seems like a really like popular character to like summon like accidentally for. So he's been pretty good. I've literally never gotten a special fighter unit, and if I did, I'd give it to Hector. Then I have Reinhardt. Helbindi is one of my favorite. He's my favorite OC. He's like one of my most prized units. Probably like him, and I would say he would be, and then like tied with Clive, where Clive is a close second. But I really love using Helbindi. I'm a big fan of him in the story. I love his stats. He's very even with defense and res. I gave him Legion's Axe because I have so much fun using it.
If I had money, I could do what I need to do.
I was thinking of actually trying to summon for a lull skill for him so he can take care of Wrath and Aether. Or like kind of switching up his build a little bit because there's new skills out. But for the most part, like this build has really gotten me very far, and his unit has really gotten me far in the game. I really feel like there's a lot of blue threats that he just really takes care of easily, and he can go toe-to-toe with green threats. And honestly, I don't really see that many red AR threats. Well, I never used to when I was really active playing AR, but I love Helbindi, and I still use him a lot. He's like definitely one of my favorite units ever. He's freaking sick. Then we have Ikes, and I have 2 unmerged, unleveled Ikes there that I don't know if I want to, I don't know what I want to do with Steady Breath yet. I have 3 Surters. I actually summoned a 4th Surter that I didn't even realize. They're useful for different things, like different like challenge maps or that kind of thing. Loki is actually one of my favorite units, even though she's like, I gave her infantry rush. for an AR team that I had. I think Infantry Rush is a really good skill. And I really like using it for her because she has a lot of HP. It was really helpful for me when I was using it. Olivia is my 4-star +6, and she's great. I think I might actually just make it a plus 10, but she's super useful, very easy. I would assume that she might get like a resplendent. Her art is really outdated. It's nice art, but I feel like she might get new art too. Titania was a merge project that I kind of lost track of. I really like Titania as a unit. She has a bunch of tactics. Attack tactic 2 and not 3. I bet you can just learn that right now. Then we have Fjorm, who I merged up. Legendary Crom, who's +1. He's a god. He is so good. Oh my goodness, he's really, really good. Sealed Falchion is fucking crazy good. My 2 heirs that I use for light season. I kind of jump between builds here. Ryoma, who really, really helped me a lot for AR defense, because I run a certain AR defense thing that me and Link King came up with. It actually got a lot of losses because I never actually realized that my defense fortress was level 3 and I was getting dominated by people because like they had literally like 10 to 15 more stats than I did in each thing. So that was funny. But he's been really, really helpful for me. Even though he's not really well built, but he does a really good job. Black Knight I haven't used since I haven't used him in forever. Aira's +4, and I was really thinking it might be cool to like try to shoot for a +10 of her, because she's like still really, really good, very unique, and isn't really outperformed by a lot of units in terms of like what she can do. I think Larcey is a similar stuff here, but she's like a timeless unit, I think. Altena's free. Summerlin, who's really good. I have my +9 Soth here. I gave him a broadleaf build, so pretty standard broadleaf. Does the job really, really well. I'm gonna start using him more, and I have him as a wind blessing because I just wanted to get through all like the blessed garden, so I just like blessed anyone, and I just wanted to get that part done. But I'm gonna start using him in AR because that's what his build is for, and hopefully I get some good luck. I don't really do a lot of Vantage. Like usually my builds for AR are mostly like just tanking. I've never done like a Vantage sweeper, so that's gonna be interesting. Hopefully I don't get messed up. I guess now we can move on to, I guess, just like general like level, my 5 stars that I have. So I have a +2 Summer Hellbindi, who I tried to summon a lot for, but didn't really get so much luck. But I really like him still. I like his concept and his art. I should probably build him out. I should probably prioritize him. I have several 5 stars that I use. I used to use Gray a lot. I really like, he got pretty bad IVs, but plus defense isn't so bad. I haven't actually seen his weapon refine. Yeah, laid back blade. Well, that sounds actually pretty good. Why don't we equip that? Yeah, I really like using Gray. I saw a +10 Gray once, and it was really, really cool. Era, Marita, I summoned by accident. Bartray, Lynn, Karel, Erica, Joshua, 2 Mias, few Ikes, +1 Marth, who's barely built. Byleth. I have a bunch of 5 stars. That kind of just have different uses everywhere. I do get really lucky with these though. Oh, I also have a Katria, a Sheeta too, who's +5. And I use her for AR as well. Her build right now is for something. I forget what it was. It's something like this for my AR build, but it does a good job. But I really like using Sheeta. Then I have these two. Ryoma that I haven't used yet. Plus a level 10 Leith. Tabarn, and then another Tabarn who I summoned out of nowhere, which is pretty sweet. This was the free Tiki that we got, or not free Tiki, the Tiki that came in a bundle. A Celica at +1, who's barely worked on. I used Julius for AR, and one of the seasons he was a guy, and I had so much fun with him. I really like this unit. I like Julius a lot. He did fantastic for me in that season. I think that got me to like tier 23. But I don't remember. Then there's a bunch of guys who I barely used. I used Tana a lot for a few months. Have never used Noe, literally ever.
I'm actually way older than
I used Camilla a lot as well. I find Book of Dreams really good, but she also makes a really good like Blade Tome user. Is there anyone else? Festive Siegmund is great. I used to use Ephraim a lot for a really funky Vantage defense map. I don't really know. I don't really find like Ephraim that really great though. He has kind of weird stats, and Flame Siegmund is like kind of hard to work around, I find. I have 3 Nylas, and they all kind of came really quickly, and I haven't really used them yet, even though Nyla's really good, and she's actually one of my favorite. She's like best FE10 girl for me, so I have to really get on that. I have a +1 Tiki. Yeah, and Sias is another unit that I used a lot. I had a lot of fun using him for AR. I tried to build him up as much as I could. And he's really fun to use too. Yeah, and there's a handful of 5 stars that just haven't really seen a lot of work done. Garrick even is level 1. I have never even used my Garrick. He was minus attack, and I think I caught him at like an awkward time, and I just didn't use him. But I'm planning a long-term investment for Garrick once he comes in. Once he like gets into a fire sweep banner or a sudden panic banner or like a blow banner, because he has lots of good skills. Then I'm gonna try to really push for him. But generally, like my mentality with this game is that I'd usually keep a lot of units. I don't really bother with a lot of units, and merging them up and working on them up until like they feel they need. Like until they feel like really relevant to me. Like I have to get something done, so I'll do it. But yeah, there's a bunch of units here that are just like unworked on. Oh, Bramamon was also one that I really love. I have a +1 Bramamon who I just am obsessed with. I love this guy. I really like his character. I really love the inclusion too. He's so jacked too. I love Void Tome and Impenetrable Dark. He's sick. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh, I just picked up a Micaiah too, and I was really happy I did because Dominance is fucking stupid. Dominance is too good. So that's really exciting. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have also Camilla too. So that's basically like all who I have on my barracks. So right now, what I'm mostly focusing on is Arena and picking up feathers, because I just want to actually start merging up my units again and start like building a lot. I want to work on normal Corrin because I have a +1, but I still try to use him for AR to help with Helbindi. But I'm really trying to invest my time into heroes by just trying to build as many units as I can. And just try to have fun kind of building my guys instead of trying to like get like heroic grail or grails or ranks or something. Because I feel like that sort of goal for me hasn't really been a productive one. It's really led me to a lot of times where I just got burnt out by the game and I stopped playing. So this has been a a new kind of perspective of playing the game. I think it's really healthy to do, because I ended up making Clive my big time unit, and I'm really happy I did, because I just love his stats and I love his build, and like being able to actually play the modes and enjoy the game with characters that I really have a connection to really beats out just playing the game for rank, I think. And I think in a game like Fire Emblem, which I think at its core is a game that celebrates the series. Like, I mean, it's a game that like milks a bunch of money out of its players, obviously, and I'm guilty of that too. But I think like at its core, like a really good way to enjoy the game is definitely to use it with your best characters or your favorite characters. Not your best characters, like your favorite characters. And I'll never regret investing all these grails into Clive, because I like his character, and it was free. Anyways, guys, that's just a video on my Barracks. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, that's great. And I hope you guys liked this awesome Shadow Dragon music. Speaking of Shadow Dragon music, there might be some Shadow Dragon content coming up. And with that being said, folks, hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.